What's going on, everyone? Fire Leon is finally out, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys if you should summon this character. Pretty much it's a no-brainer, and I'm going to tell you guys why. I know some people are like, oh, we can skip it. No, like, he's just so good. Okay, let's first compare the stats of Dark Leon and Fire Leon. So we're going to look at the Memoria skill here. Sorry, Memoria Stone stats. So HP and defense is a little bit higher than the dark one, but the attack is a little bit lower than the dark one. So it's pretty much the same when it comes to the stats. Now let's take a look at Memoria skill. Memoria skill for Dark Leon is kind of meh. It's like 20% crit rate to dual blade type allies. That it sucks. But the Fire Leon Memoria skill is amazing. Crit damage plus 150% to dual blade type allies. Another Memoria skill that gives such high crit damage is Kanono, I think the Water Kanono, if I'm not mistaken. And there's only two characters that gives such high critical damage, and I'm telling you, just for the stone itself is already worth summoning. So this stone here, dual blade type allies, there's not many. And fortunately, I will assume a lot of people have the Dark Leon already, and Dark Leon is a dual blade type ally, and he's a stronger DPS. I can't say better, but he's a stronger DPS. He does more damage, so he can probably just summon this stone and give it to Leon if you're just going for the stone. Okay, now let's talk about the character. Character stats is also pretty amazing. HP is a little bit higher, same as defense, so it's a little bit tankier than the regular, the Dark Leon, but attack is 470 lower. And we're going to look at the skill here, Awakening skill, 16% attack to fire allies, which is really good. And HP of fire allies restored by 5% when enemy breaks, which means for raid, I think he'll be super strong. Okay, now we're going to look at the skills here. Arts. I'm not going to show the arts of the Leon. I'm just going to tell you guys verbally. So Moon Glare and Dragon Glare, they actually use the same arts for Dark and Leon, except the Dark one has lower attack percentage and less hits, and there's no additional effect. But when you look at the Fire one here, Moon Glare does hella damage, 220%. And Dragon Glare also does a lot of damage, 170% with 6 hits, and 80% chance to cast Burn on one enemy for 2 turns. Of course, it's fully maxed out Leon. And now we look at the Mystic Arts. Compared to Leon's Dark Leon's, the damage is not as much. There's a lot of hits, but not as much. And the additional effect doesn't even give you a 100% chance of burn, while it's only 80%. It gives you like 19% more hits. 19 more hits, sorry, not percent. Well, only downside is that we don't know what's the OL for the fire one, but 400% damage, 10 hits, and 100% chance to cast burn on one enemy for 3 turns. I think it's crazy. Like, even if he put the stone on himself, the fire one, Fire Stone on Fire Leon, damn, it's gonna be crazy. Deals so much damage. Definitely the best fire DPS, like off the bat. Only if you have the stone. If you don't have the stone on the Fire Leon, I would say the exception that you can skip this banner is if you have Stan. I think Stan is a stronger DPS. Also the Fire Kohaku, the one that just released recently, that one's not really a DPS. That's like a strong DPS slash debuffer, but Fire Leon is like straight out a lot of damage and cast burn debuffs. Okay, so I would say if you already have Stan and even Luger, and Kohaku, if you have any of them, I think you can probably skip this Leon if you do want to save for the future banners. But if you don't have a fire, like a strong fire DPS, like he's gonna be amazing. Only downside is that unfortunately, again, it's going to be only in the EX summon banner. So why is this a no-brainer? This banner here also includes all EX exclusive heroes will be in the future EX summon banner. So I would assume if you miss this Leon, the next EX summon banner, he and Deos will also be in there. Sorry, I forgot to mention that Raid is also a very strong fire DPS, but I would say not as good as this one here. But if you do have strong fire DPS, you probably can't skip. But for myself, I don't. My only fire SSR, I think it's a Micella, and I'm dying for a fire DPS, and he looks just so cool. And I think now you can use 2 Leons, 2 of the same characters in the same lineup. I think they updated that or going to update that. So, because currently if you have, let's say the SR version or the, well, doesn't matter. If you have like 2 Kanono, you can't put them in the same team because they're the same person. Even though if they are different type, different element, you cannot use them. But I think now or in the near, I actually haven't tested yet. Now or in the near future, you can use the same character in your lineup. So imagine him and Dark Leon. That would be 2 crazy DPS. And I'm just hoping, well, if his OL is really high, he's less amazing because 400% is crazy high attack damage. But if the OL is like really high, something close to 300. Then you probably can only use it once, which kind of evens out because the Dark Leon is 200% and then it's 150 OL. Then you can literally use that twice, and it kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing except you lose the 20% chance to cast burn. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys find this helpful. And are you guys gonna save and summon for Leon? I will. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.